CISSP is a six-figure cert. Want six figures? Get the CISSP. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. Welcome back to the Top Tip 50 channel. What's happening? It's your boy Randall, or 50, however you may know me. What's going on? If you already a subscriber, appreciate y'all for rocking with the boy and checking me out, man. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so in one of my previous videos, I was going through why it was so tough to get into cybersecurity, and I was going through, and there were some unrealistic expectations. And so I pointed to CISSP, and I said this is a six-figure certification. But it is, though, and I'm going to explain why. So there's often talk about certifications and, you know, what are they for? You know, I've heard many arguments. Oh, well, certification doesn't, you know, mean that you're a master of anything. And I'd argue that there are very few certifications that are a mastery of something. Your CCIE is a CCIE, your JNCIE, you know, those are the kinds of certifications that you have to, that you actually have to build something out. It gets destroyed. You got to come back, rebuild it, or troubleshoot it. You got a certification like the VCDX for VMware, where you have to submit a design, and then, well, you have to submit your design to, I think, a panel, and then you have to defend your design. That shows mastery. All of the certifications, they pretty much show proficiency. Are you proficient at something? And that's for your technical certifications. For the non-technical certifications, it's more, can you grasp a concept? You know, if we're just being real, your Cisco certifications, your Palo Alto certifications, your VMware, your Citrix, you know, those are more so, you know, testing proficiencies and, you know, product knowledge. Your certifications like your CISSP, your CISM, you know, your CISA, your CRISC, your CDPSC, those kind of certifications are about grasping concepts. And so I said that the CISSP is a six-figure cert, and it absolutely is. So first off, in order to even qualify for the CISSP, you need 5 years of experience, or 4 years of experience with 1 year of, not 1 year, but 4 years of experience and a bachelor's degree in, you know, certain related fields, or 4 years of experience and pretty much a whole slew of certifications. And so you actually need real world experience in order to even get this thing. All right. And so if you're, you know what, let's start help desk. Let's start, you know, ground level. So help desk, they help your end user base. They help them with getting their piece. They're making sure their PCs are working. They're making sure printers are mapped. They're making sure your drives are mapped. They usually handle your, what we would call identity access management, with the with dealing with the user accounts, you know, doing password resets, setting up Outlook profiles, or I guess it'll be still Outlook profile, your Office 365 profile, whatever, email, setting up your email. If their company phones, they set up, provision the company phones. Sometimes they might run virus scans with your endpoint security solution. You know, they may do things like that. And if they did that for 4 or 5 years, would they be eligible for a CISSP? And then could they get 6 figures? Absolutely. Absolutely. What? You crazy? Man, look. watch this. A CISSP, it makes your resume look better, right? So if you start off at help desk, you were doing it, let's say for 7 years, you had your A plus, your net plus, and your security plus. And then one day you just woke up and said, I'm going to get my CISSP, and now you get your CISSP. Watch this. You can, even if you erased your A plus, your net plus, and your security plus from your resume, from your LinkedIn, and just put your CISSP, your resume is still very strong. It's still very strong because it's a building block. In order for you to get your security plus, you have to have some networking knowledge, which pretty much is what the network plus does. And then you've been working in the field for 4 or 5 years, which is pretty much your A plus stuff. So all that's covered. And then the CISSP, it just adds the whole management aspect to the security part. So that's covered. You could take that off and your resume is still very strong. And because of your experience in supporting users, all you would really have to do is add a couple tools, to your resume. 6. 6. There's nothing, and I could say this as as somebody who's been a security engineer. I've done security architecture. I've done network engineering. I've been a senior network engineer. I can tell you for sure that if you get your CISSP, there really isn't any tool that you can't learn in a day or two, that's gonna, prevent you from getting a job or something like that. If you've worked at the help desk and you can help users with software and troubleshooting software, you can figure out how to, they can use stuff too. Wireshark, once they figure out, because they already have the base knowledge, all they have to know is just what they're looking at. With the Wireshark, with Nmap, with a Nessus scan. And I always say, if somebody can run a virus scan, they can run a vulnerability scan. There really is no difference. The only thing is they would probably have to, and that's if they don't have any server experience already. A lot of those guys, they already have server experience, so they understand, some of the things, and then the more they touch, that's just the nature of IT. And the more they touch, the more they grow, the more they learn, and so that certification mixed in with their experience, and then you add some tools of that, absolutely 6. Even for somebody that's at the help desk, and I definitely want to tackle the help desk in another video, but I just want to start there because that's usually the entry point in the IT. And if at that level, once they meet the experience prerequisite to get the CISSP designation, if they can do it, then of course your network engineers can do it, your virtualization people can do it, the Citrix people can do it, and I'm not even going to get into the security part yet. And so for those are resume, I would call that a resume enhancer certification. If you're technical in networking or virtualization or cloud, that's a good to have. Security, especially security certification like that, that is a great to have on your resume. Because you'll be able to work on systems, especially if you want to do government or government contracting, they go by that whole DOD 8570 thing. And so CISSP, that's your level 3 for IAT and IAM. So you meet all the prerequisites, you can touch more stuff. That's why you see a lot of security roles and security positions. That's why you see a lot of them ask for the CISSP. That's no mystery. you open yourself up to way more opportunities, you know? And that's just on the technical side, because CISSP, the holders, there are your technical people, which have a technical background. They either started off in security, or they came over from networking, or they pivoted from help desk or networking or something like that. But then you also have your non-technical people. You have your people that do your GRC stuff, which your governance, your risk and compliance stuff. You have your risk assessment people. You have your security awareness people. You know, you have all these different, you know, non-technical titles, you know, but they still have their CISSP as well. You know, because when it comes to dealing with compliance and regulatory things and, you know, running audits and assessments, you know, that pretty much is what the CISSP is. It kind of merges that whole technical realm, and then that managerial, and then that non-technical realm. So yeah, 6. Easy 6. Easy 6. And I tell everybody, no matter what path or from whence they came or whatever, just get it. You know, and one of the cool things about certifications that I learned is that certain certifications outweigh others. You know, and I always tell people this, which is why based on where I am in my career, you know, I don't even put that I have any CompTIA certifications anymore. And it's not that it's any knock against CompTIA, but it's, you know, the certifications, they outweigh. You know, you can have your A+, your Net+, Security+, let's say a Microsoft certification. Once you get a CCNA, pretty much all of those are outweighed together. You could just put your CCNA and your Security+ on your resume and you'll be fine. Once you get your CISSP, you don't need your Security+ on your resume anymore. Your CISSP is a resume heavy hitter. It is a heavy hitter. If you look at any job that's paying 50 an hour or more, you're going to see CISSP, CISM on there more times than not. So I can't be just completely making this up. You know, and here's the crazy part. The CISSP doesn't necessarily mean that you can do something. Again, CISSP, what did I say earlier? Concepts. Can you, like, do you know what to do in a situation? You know, do you know how to assess a risk? What is the first thing you should do? You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much what the CISSP is for. You know, you can be somebody who's the CISSP who can do some things, who can do vulnerability scans, who can configure firewalls, and then you could be a CISSP who can do none of that stuff. CISSP doesn't mean that you can or can't do anything. And that's kind of what makes it unique, because the CISSP, in order to get to the 6, you definitely need your experience and your tools, but the CISSP, that's kind of like the icing on the cake, right? So if you're like, yeah, well, I know AWS, I've configured Cisco ASAs, I know how to configure Cisco routers and switches, I've worked with domain controllers before, I've worked with Exchange, I've worked with VoIP with ShoreTel and Finality and Cisco UC, I've done Aruba, you know, I'm certified, I have a CCNP, But once you add that CISSP on there, oh yeah, you can definitely negotiate for starting at 100K. You know what? People would give it to you. People would give it to you because you have to have experience in order to get that certification. And so there's also, and I'm going to cover this in a completely separate video, and there's always this argument with experience versus certification. And this is one of those certifications where you have to have experience in order to get it. And this is kind of why, and so this is why I did my CISSP and then my CISM, because you have to have either 5 years. So when I did my CISSP in 2017, you only needed 3 years of experience. And I think I had my CCNP security. So either that was one, and then my bachelor's degree was one. That you could do exemptions for 2 years when I got my CISSP instead of just for 1 year. And so even still, like, I had the experience for the 4 and the certification of the bachelor's anyway. But yeah, so back then you could do like 3 of experience and then 2 years of exemptions, but now it's 4 years of experience and then 1 year of exemptions. And for the CISM, if you have your CISSP, then I think that is a 2-year exemption or exception, and then you just need 3 years of experience, which you're going to automatically have. So a CISSP is a great, it is a great way to pivot into cybersecurity, and then make a good bit of money in cybersecurity if that's the direction you want to go. A CISSP, I definitely recommend it no matter which direction you want to go. But if you want to get into the information security, cybersecurity, security architecture, incident response, management, C-level, if you want to get into any of that with cybersecurity, as soon as you get your CISSP, go for your CISM, because you already qualify. Because you've already had the experience, because you had to get that in order to get the CISSP, and now you have the 2-year exception from having your CISSP. 6. As I said in another video, that's 6 right there. You get a CISSP and your CISM. I think I said this in another video. I'm not sure if I want to mention this, but you know who has CISMs from my experience? Directors, managers, executive directors, CISOs, CIOs. Those are the people that have CISMs. Not all of them have a CISSP. CISSP are for people that are a little bit more technical. And I want to say a little bit because there are a lot of non-technical CISSPs. So for the people that are a little bit more technical than most, you have your CISSP and the CISM. That's a winning combination. Once you get any of these certifications, log on to your Credly and then look at jobs in your area. I'm currently in DC. Look at the jobs, for a CISSP. 100, man, listen, 145, 185, 225, 250. You know what? I got something for you. You know what? Let's do this in real life. Hold on. We're gonna do this in real life. We are going to do this in real. All right. So here's my Credly. It has some expired. I'll let my CCNPs go. I think I'm gonna do a video. I am definitely gonna do a video about why I let them go. All right. So you see CISSP, CISM, and people might want to be like, oh, well, is this really you? Yeah, it's me. Yep. You can see this picture on my Instagram. Yep. Tis I, Sir Randall of Old National. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let's go down this rabbit hole, right? So let's see. CISSP, right? Boom. You go into your Credly and you can see your job postings. I wanna break it down by city. All right, here we go. So you got a whole bunch of, so I'm from Atlanta, right? But I live in DC. So let's see what's going on in DC. It's for CISSPs now. What? Oh, I thought somebody said something. Because what I see here, six. What? Come on now. I don't want people see that's the thing about me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't tell you anything that I wouldn't do myself, or any information that I wouldn't give to my younger self. I just wouldn't do that. All right. So this is DC. Oh, we have okay, senior associate 76. Okay, cool. So we have probably one in 3 pages of jobs, right? Senior cybersecurity matter expert 192. TikTok logging and analytics platform operations lead. Let's see. Well, let's go to this page. Yeah, I know my internet's gonna be kind of wonky because whatever. Facebook GRC program manager 212. Hey, we have two. We have 2 jobs in 4 of these pages that are under 6. Principal engineer, security operations, Sirius XM radio, right there off Florida Avenue if you in DC. It's right around the corner. Ernst Young, one of the big 4, 218. Come on now. Okay, so is it still? I'm not sure if it's still. I don't see it. I think it's probably gone. Yeah, because that didn't link to. Yeah, that didn't link to it. All right, let's do research strategist, Wells Fargo, 192. KPMG, big dog. Let's see if this job is still up there. Expired. Some of these do expire. Splunk. Remember the video I made? Remember the prior video I made? Remember I said Splunk 6? Remember I said that. You have mid-security analyst roles going for 80. Well, come on now. I'm done. You know what? So let's pivot. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look, more the same. You know, it's I can't make this up. You know, you do see like probably like 1 or 2 more. Actually, you know what? It's probably on par right with the with DC. you know. And so with DC, you're definitely going to see like way more and way higher, paying gigs up here because, you got a lot of government stuff up here, almost, got to have a clearance and stuff up here. So you're going to see that a little bit more, but as you can see, CISSP, we've went through 60. We went through 60 of these guys in 5 pages, 60 jobs. 5 of them were under 6 figures. Same on par with DC. So there's one look. You could say a lot of things about me. You could say I'm off the chain. You say I'm kind of wild, and that's cool. I'm cool with all that. One thing you can't call me is a liar, though. Let's see one more location. That was Atlanta, right? All right, so these are the top locations. Let's use, where's that new tech hub? I think it's Dallas, right? D-Town, Dallas. Let's see what Dallas got. I'm just full of it, though. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, mind you, you do have to have, like some experience with these, but I guarantee you, getting your CISSP, it'll get you in the room. So I know you're going to see people on social media saying, "Oh, well, you don't need the cert to get to where they are." Okay. My creditly says different. And another thing, they might have the certification they doggone self. See, that's the thing. See, that's the whole thing. So it's like I ain't gonna mention no names, because there are certain things we agree on Facebook, and there are certain things that we disagree on Facebook. And one of the things that I did, they made it. They tried to say, "Oh, well, the whole cert thing is a rat race." No, it's only a rat race if you're ill-advised and you really don't know how to move and maneuver. Because see, for people that but some of these people, they actually have certs. Their companies actually paid for them to get their CISSP. So they're telling people, "Oh yeah, well, you don't need your cert, but you have a CISSP." Well, that's counterintuitive. So I can't say that certs are for everybody, but what I can say is that this information is for everybody. So whether you want to go the cert path or whether you want to do your thing, because you can do it, you definitely can do it. You're more the exception to the rule. If you can get one of these positions, like without it, you're definitely the exception to the rule. I can count, how many people that I've seen do this, in all my rooms on Clubhouse or just talking to people in real life, they're able to, get up here without these. But what you're going to find is once you get into these companies, like the Deloittes of the world, your General Dynamics of the world, your Palos of the world, you're going to find that the CISs are these high paying gigs. So you know what? Here, I'll show you something else. Like I'll also go to the CISSP. I'll also go to the CIS. And in the interest of time, I'll just do DC. All right. Okay, so come here, show more. Okay, so DC. And that's also why it's good to have both. You see, again, like I said, you're going to see that on way more applications. Now, your CISM, you're going to see that too, but yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, and having one of these or both of these on your resume, it just a lot. Your options are endless. You can do what you want to do. Like if you go on LinkedIn or something like that, man. Cybersecurity intern 133. Let's see. Did this expire? Is it still here? Okay. As a security analyst intern, you'll work in the security area of the information technology division and will provide support to teams that provide information security and compliance support to protect and secure data and information assets. You'll work closely with team members to help support the security systems that protect data and or provide ongoing information assurance and compliance. Security analysts in turn support teams in developing scripts and filters to perform automated log monitoring and alert systems. Remember what I said about the SIM in the earlier video, right? Remember what I said about the SIM, right? It's right here. Scripts and filters to perform automated log monitoring and alert systems. Discovering tools that monitor security systems to control access and deport to detect and report security violations. Again, your SIM. Because even if you do have an individual tool, you're going to run those logs through the SIM. Assisting with information security assessment reviews, assisting with the maintenance of compliance governance policy, assisting with creating security training education requirements. The IT internship requires a minimum of 2 years of college coursework in computer science, information systems, information security, information assurance, or other related disciplines. All right. So, yeah, there it is. There it is right there. So, man, there's the proof right there. I really don't have to go any further with that. But that's why I said CISSP 6. You're 6. You're in a different ballpark. All right, so appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, share the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. And leave some comments below. You think I'm full of it? Am I tripping? Do I not know what I'm talking about? Or shoot, you gonna try and get your CISSP now? You've been in the game for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Come on. You can see there's plenty to go around for all of us. If you're trying to get down, shoot, come on. Let me know in the comment section, all right? All right, y'all, I'm gone. I'm about to go, I guess, either do some work or play the Xbox. I'm gonna holler at you.